times take change, so must we. That the new time requires new response to new challenges.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Glad to be with you once again on the program as you answer the call. I am Rashida Abubakar, your regular host. As the world takes measures to contain another deadly COVID-19 variant, Omicron, the federal government is not left out in this drive. It is intensifying efforts to ensure that Nigerians are protected through vaccination. Don't hesitate to get yours now. Once again, welcome to the program as you answer the call. In continuation of our review of the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, we will look at the steps taken by the Commission to facilitate the takeoff of the Hajj Institute of Nigeria. How far has NAHCON gone in actualizing this goal? Answers to these and other questions will form the thrust of our Spotlight segment. Also on the program, we have our regular segments such as the NAHCON News Diary, Making the Hajj, and the quiz. Stay tuned for these and more.
Every Muslim is a potential pilgrim. To make the Hajj possible for the Ummah, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is running a Hajj saving scheme through Jaiz Bank. The scheme allows depositors to gradually save for the Hajj over a period of time. Registration into the Hajj saving scheme is ongoing for all Muslims. Muslims wishing to perform Hajj can be enrolled into the scheme through the following outlets: NAHCON offices across the country, state pilgrims welfare boards, agencies and commissions, any branch of Jaiz Bank in the country. Enrollment can also be done directly by logging into dedicated sites for the scheme. Let's participate and support the Hajj saving scheme for better Hajj services.
Thank you for staying with us. Let's begin the program with the news diary as presented from our studio. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs are intensifying efforts to ensure that the Saudi Arabian government lifts its ban on flights imposed on Nigeria. A statement from NAHCON Head of Public Affairs, Hajia Fatima Sanda Usara, says the Commission's chairman, Alhaji Zikrullah Kule Hassan, and the Minister of State Ministry for Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Zubairu Dada, held a strategic meeting recently at the minister's office where they discussed on further diplomatic ways to end the problem. The NAHCON chairman commended the ministry for its consistent push on the matter. He also lauded the efforts of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 towards curtailing the pandemic. On his part, the Minister of State, Ambassador Zubairu Dada, expressed optimism, saying he is hopeful that positive response will soon emanate from Saudi Arabia. It was on the 8th of December 2021 that the Saudi government imposed flight ban on Nigeria last year in a circular released by the Saudi Government Authority for Civil Aviation. Ogun State government says the Hajj saving scheme has come to stay in the state. The executive secretary of the State Pilgrims Welfare Board, Alhaji Salau Dauda, stated this when he played host to the management of Jaiz Bank in his office in Abeokuta recently. He said Governor Dapo Abiodun has approved the procurement of the necessary equipment for the smooth running of the scheme in the state. The secretary called on Jaiz Bank to deploy the necessary machinery for public sensitization about the Hajj saving scheme, saying establishing more offices of the bank in the state will also encourage people to participate. Responding, the leader of Jaiz Bank delegation, Mr. Shakiruddin Aminu, appreciated Ogun State for keying into the Hajj saving scheme, assuring the State Pilgrims Welfare Board of the bank's support. Meanwhile, the Lagos State Commissioner for Home Affairs, Prince Anofiu Olarewaju, has inaugurated new members for the State Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board under the chairmanship of Engineer Shakir Ayinde Gafar. The ceremony took place on Tuesday, the 18th of January 2022 in the conference room of the ministry in Ikeja. The commissioner urged the board to justify the confidence reposed in them by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, reminding the board that its main objective is to ensure effective and efficient Hajj operations for the state contingent. He said intending pilgrims from the state who rolled over their deposit for the cancelled 2020 and 2021 Hajj will be accorded priority in the next Hajj. The new board chairman, Engineer Shakir Ayinde, promised that the board members will discharge their responsibilities diligently. Alhamdulillah, you are still watching as we answer the call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast of the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and other Hajj-related matters. Professionalizing the Hajj industry is one of the priorities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and so, in the course of the year just ended, the Commission spared no effort in its drive to establish the Hajj Institute of Nigeria. A lot of work have so far been accomplished towards realizing this objective. For details about the level of preparations and work achieved, stay tuned for the next segment, Spotlight.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
The coordinator of Hajj Institute of Nigeria, Dr. Aliyu Tanko, leading NAHCON board members, including its chairman, Alhaji Zikrullah Kule Hassan, on an inspection of facilities at the Hajj Institute of Nigeria. The inspection was undertaken to assess the level of work done for the takeoff of the institute. The facilities inspected are classes, boardroom, and offices. Also inspected was the ongoing work for the construction of a clinic at the institute. Having a clinic at the institute is part of the requirements set by the National Board for Technical Education (NBTE) for the establishment of the Hajj Institute of Nigeria. Similarly, in the course of the year under review, a team from the National Board for Technical Education (NBTE), led by Dr. Musa Koko, had inspected the same facilities to ensure that they meet the necessary standards to carry out academic activities. The outcome of the inspection will trigger action for the next step to be taken towards the actualization of the Hajj Institute of Nigeria. Prior to the inspection, on Wednesday, the 15th of December 2021, NAHCON management and the NBTE team met at the Hajj House, where they discussed extensively about preparations for the commencement of academic activities at the Hajj Institute.
Where we want to tell the world to come and learn everything associated with Hajj. And as we know, for many people, when they hear the word Hajj Institute, what generally comes to their minds is, how do you do tawaf? How do you do... But we know what is called Hajj is much more beyond that. And that's why we know that this institute, our goal is for it to be a reference point in the entire globe where the Muslims are.
We will give our best necessary guidance, assistance, and support as it is in the actualization and realization of the chairman's, particularly his agenda, and then the commissioners as it is.
This Hajj Institute we are trying to float will also go a long way in enhancing our internally generated revenue, in addition to ensuring that whoever accepts to shoulder responsibilities as an official or as a pilgrim, intended pilgrim, will be better enlightened and educated, so much so that any subsequent operation in Hajj will be better managed. People will know what is expected of them, officials and the Hujjaj. Everybody will be better informed, better managed in the course of the operation.
As my colleague said, we look at you as partners in progress, and we hope so that when the name of this board is written for the epoch history, yours will also be included. No matter what is the outcome, since we are here, surely it will be included. Inshallah. And we believe that the outcome should be positive. So we welcome you, and we want to assure you of our total support to make sure that we make your job very easy.
Now we are talking about the training institute. And I am sure, by Allah's grace, it will also be a thing of the past, the soonest. It will be considered and approved by the relevant body MBCT.
So we look forward to the incoming rector and the MBTE's assistance to help us look at the laws, and the director legal is here, that nobody can practice Hajj without at least a certificate or diploma in Hajj affairs, whatever name it is called. So that will drive people to our institute as well, alhamdulillah, as get the commission some very nice tuition fees, which will inshallah help us in running the business of the commission, inshallah.
Still, in the year under review, NAHCON had constituted a committee whose mandate is to ensure the smooth takeoff of the Hajj Institute. A lot of work has been done by the committee, which drew its membership from the academia, NAHCON board, among others. On Tuesday, the 23rd of November 2021, NAHCON management, led by its chairman, Alhaji Zikrullah Kule Hassan, met with members of the committee for an update. Among the members present were former Vice Chancellor of Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida University Lapai, Professor Muhammad Nasiru Maiturare, Professor Abdul Wasiu Gabadin of University of Abuja, and Alhaji Ibrahim Abubakar Jalingo. While appreciating the committee's commitment towards actualizing the Hajj Institute of Nigeria, NAHCON chairman reiterated the need for the institute to come on stream.
We seek to be the pioneer Hajj Institute in the English speaking of the world. Our ambition is to train young and old as well Muslims in an industry which we believe is in the billions of dollars in Nigeria. But we also expect there will be a resource center for all Muslims, Hajj managers in the entire English-speaking world. That much is our ambition.
Alhaji Zikrullah said the institute is expected to take off soon.
We have moved closer to our goal by the very fact that as we speak today, we are a registered entity known to law as Hajj Institute of Nigeria. We are further going through the journey to become a license by MBTE. If our dream comes true, it should be open to the public as well as to in-house here to getting trained in areas of Hajj management and all those things that are associated with it.
Dr. Aliyu Tanko, who is the NAHCON coordinator of the Hajj Institute of Nigeria, gave an update on the journey so far. Dr. Tanko added that while NAHCON is ready and awaits the final inspection from NBTE, the Commission has signed Memorandum of Understanding with relevant organizations as part of the requirement for the Institute to become fully functional.
Where we don't have facilities, then we have to look for agency or anywhere where there is that and sign MOU with them to use their own facilities. And that is what we did. We signed an MOU with National Institute of Tourism. Virtually all the requirements, or most of the requirements for this institute, as far as tourism and hospitality are concerned, the institute there, they have it.
When the Hajj Institute of Nigeria comes on stream, it is expected to commence with the following programs: hospitality and tourism, and vocational certificate in computer studies. Professor Abdul Wasiu Gabadin said the institute must first look at its staffing and sources for funding.
We should be very, very conscious of the financial capability of the institute itself in a quick time to be able to have its autonomy. And what that means is that from the onset, you must do your pricing very well. You must do your pricing very well whenever, yes, everything is professional now. But whenever, after this, the resource verification, we are giving the paper to continue operation, I want to do a proper staffing. Please and please. Well, it's a government agency, so I wouldn't say it should not follow government rule. But I want us to always put competency before any other thing.
He also reiterated the need for the institute to accord priority to the quality of its curriculum.
What will be bringing people to us when we start is the quality of curriculum design is one thing. That can be outsourced. But your curriculum delivery is the function of your staff. And when you are doing staffing, and thank God we have somebody who will see it better than all of us here as a former vice chancellor.
On his part, a former registrar of the Federal University Wukari, Alhaji Ibrahim Jalingo, said they are determined to build a Hajj institute with a solid foundation.
The work that was done by the founding fathers to ensure that the reputation of that institution stands on solid ground. We are coming with it, Professor Nasiru and I, because Professor Gabardine too is an associate of ABU. So we're coming with that to ensure that the HIN, the sanctity of its examinations and then its certificates cannot be questioned anywhere.
He said for the successful takeoff of the institute, it must develop at least a 10-year strategic plan. Professor Muhammad Nasiru Maiturare said the institute must endeavor to identify relevant stakeholders from Nigeria and beyond.
Identify our collaborating institutions, both within and outside the country, and ensure that right from day one, we establish linkages, that will make our programs not only nationally relevant, but globally relevant as well. I think that, inshallah, will do.
The professor further restated his commitment towards the successful takeoff of the institute. As required, NAHCON during the year under review had signed Memorandum of Understandings with different organizations whose activities are relevant to the running of the Hajj Institute. With preparations almost completed, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is hoping that the Hajj Institute of Nigeria takes off this year, 2022.
MashaAllah. The program is As You Answer the Call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك لبيك لبيك.
Muslims are allowed to choose the type of Hajj they want to perform from the 3 types, says Sheikh Muhammad Nur Khalid.
Every Muslim can do tamattu, but with the exception of those who are staying in the territory of the Kaaba. If not so, every Muslim can perform Hajj Ifrad, if so he wished, or tamattu or Qiran.
All the 3 types of Hajj will require pilgrims observing all the pillars and essential rites of Hajj, such as wearing of the Ihram, standing on the plains of Mount Arafah, and more.
By doing the circumambulation, the Sa'ayu between Safa and Marwa, the standing on Arafat, and the stay in Mina, and the sleeping in Muzdalifah, and all the rituals of Hajj.
There are major differences in the 3 types of Hajj. For instance, Ifrad is Hajj alone without Umrah. Qiran is Hajj and Umrah combined, while Tamattu is Hajj and Umrah but are to be performed separately.
In Qiran, you are to combine the 2. When taking the intention, you are going to combine the 2. Muqtarinan bainahuma, that is combining Hajj, labbaik Allahumma hajjan وعمرة مقترنا بينهما. You will declare that you are going to combine the two. That is to say, in every umrah there is tawaf and sa'i. Now you will combine the tawaf of umrah and that of sa'i, the sa'i of umrah in the sa'i of hajj and umrah. Hajj. Then you are now doing two things but in a place. But in tamattu, you make umrah separately. You finish umrah in the periods of hajj, and after finishing the umrah, you will now remove the garment of ihram as if you are in your home, and by so doing you are entitled to all the lawful things that were made prohibited because of hajj. So now you can perform, you can enjoy them. That is why it is called tamattu.
Furthermore, the person performing ifrad is not expected to do hadaya or animal sacrifice.
Specially made for those who perform tamattu or qiran. They are the one to pay or to slaughter an animal for hadya. That is why some people are recommending ifrad or giving preference to ifrad more than tamattu and qiran, because they think that is a penalty. Someone is paying penalty because he did something which is less important or less privileged or less rewarding. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, according to many explanation, give preference to tamattu.
The Islamic scholar advises Muslims, particularly intended pilgrims, to seek knowledge about Hajj as a pillar of Islam.
Alhamdulillah. Up next is the quiz.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, name the Hajj landmark referred to as Baitul Atiq. The correct answer is Kaaba. The winner is Hawa Kabir from Zaria, Kaduna State. She provided the answer ahead of others. Hawa Kabir will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach her with the prize she won. The quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week, and the question is, name the miqat that is associated with Masjid Ash-Shajara. I repeat, name the miqat that is associated with Masjid Ash-Shajara. Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing. Once again, good luck to you. Before we round off the program, we take some messages from our viewers, including questions seeking clarifications. Umar Jada from Adamawa State sent in the first message. It reads, Assalamu alaikum NAHCON. We are delighted with the way the Commission is carrying out its Pilgrims Enlightenment programs. Kudos to the chairman, his team, and the entire staff of NAHCON. The second message came from Wahid Ayinde from Oyo State. It says, Salam, I am a regular viewer of this program. It educates me a lot. May Allah continue to bless and protect NAHCON. Viewers seeking clarification or have questions to ask on any matter relating to Hajj and Umrah management and operations can do so through this program. Relevant officers will be contacted to respond appropriately. We also welcome your messages, comments, observations, and questions through our mobile number and other social media platforms. Remember, you can stop the spread of coronavirus by complying with all preventive measures. Let's support our government in the fight against coronavirus. That's it on this edition of the program as you answer the call. Join me same time next week for another package. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك